Enchantment of the heart. Characters. Abigail, a resilient and passionate witch torn between duty and love. Sophie, Abigail's fiery and bold love interest, a spirited artist with a magic of her own. Evelyn, the head witch of their coven, determined to maintain tradition at any cost. Nina, Abigail's loyal friend and confidant, always ready to lend a helping hand. The spirit of Alicia, an ancient and benevolent being of light who loves unconditionally. In a world delicately woven with magic and mystery, the annual autumn gala of the Harvest Witches was fast approaching. This year, the gathering would be held at the ethereal Glimmering Hollow, a place sacred to their kind, a clearing whispered to be blessed by the spirit of Alicia, who brought love and unity. However, for Abigail, the night promised more than just festivities, it held the potential for heartbreak. Abigail found herself shackled between two worlds, the expectations of her coven, led by the stern Evelyn, and her heart's longing for Sophie, an unconventional artist whose wild spirit called to the depths of Abigail's soul. The coven had arranged a traditional match for her with a promising witch named Marcus, renowned for his magic and lineage. Yet, Abigail's heart burned for Sophie, whose laughter was akin to music among the rustling leaves. "Abigail, you need to choose," Nina pressed softly as she watched her friend stare dreamily at Sophie sketching under the boughs of the ancient oaks. "Will it be tradition or passion?" "It has to be passion," Abigail replied, determination igniting her voice. As the gala night dawned, the air crackled with an electric tension. Witches adorned in shimmering gowns and flowing robes gathered in the hollow, their voices blending into a melodious hum. Abigail stood at the edge, glancing at Sophie, who wore a cloak of deep emerald green, her dark curls cascading down her back. "You look stunning," Abigail whispered, stepping closer and intertwining her fingers with Sophie's. "You're the light of this night," Sophie grinned, her warm eyes sparkling like the stars above. As the festivities began, Evelyn took center stage, her voice commanding attention. She spoke of unity, of the importance of tradition, her gaze unwaveringly fixed on Abigail. "Tonight, we will align our powers and bind our hearts. Each eligible witch will choose a partner, one rooted in our traditions." Abigail's heart sank. She glanced at Marcus, who stood nearby, his expression half smug, half worried. But it was Sophie who tugged gently on Abigail's sleeve, bringing her back to the moment. "Let's make our own magic tonight," Sophie whispered, her excitement palpable. The music swelled, and the witches danced, light illuminating the hollow. Abigail's pulse raced as she noticed the juncture between conventional duty and her desires steadily narrowing. With each turn, she felt the weight of the coven's expectations press down on her. "Sophie, I can't live without you," Abigail confessed amidst the swirling chaos of the dance floor, their eyes locked. "Then let's break the mold," Sophie replied, pulling Abigail toward the edge of the gathering where shadows intertwined with moonlight. "I believe in us." But just as they leaned in for a kiss, Evelyn's furious voice sliced through the moment. "Abigail, what do you think you're doing?" The atmosphere shifted, revealing Abigail's inner turmoil. Fear of losing Sophie ignited a fire within her, and suddenly, a charm surged into existence, a vivid representation of her love, a luminescent heart floating between them. "You can't stop this," Abigail cried out, the strange magic growing stronger with each pulse of her heartbeat. "Love is my choice." With a flick of her wrist, she shaped the heart into a swirling barrier that separated them from the angry gazes of her sisters. The spirit of Alicia appeared in a burst of glowing petals, intertwining their lives with light. "What have we here?" the spirit's voice resonated, calming the tension. "True love in the face of fear and tradition. A beautiful defiance." Evelyn paled, intertwining her fingers together as if to accuse Abigail of treachery. But when the spirit extended a hand to both women, shadows enveloped her fury, muted by an aura of acceptance. "What magic is this?" she breathed, fear masking her authority. "The magic of love," the spirit of Alicia declared. "I bless you, Abigail and Sophie. You will create your own path." The coven gasped, the bubbling tension dissipating as realization dawned. "You two can't just run away with the night," Evelyn protested. But why not? Sophie countered, stepping forward. True love should not be imprisoned by tradition. It deserves to soar free, just like the heart. With an empowering nod from the spirit, Abigail and Sophie clasped hands, the heart between them glowing. Together, they stepped into the luminescent magic, feeling the breath of destiny surge through them. As they turned to the gathered witches, Abigail declared, "Love cannot be tamed or confined. We choose each other, forever." With that, the magic erupted around them, brightening the hollow with iridescent light. The witches stood in awe, uncertainty giving way to admiration as the power of passion enveloped everyone present. Within that swirling embrace of love and light, Abigail and Sophie exchanged a kiss, a promise to face the world together, bound by love and the magic they had created, unmarred by tradition. The dance of the witches resumed, now a celebration of love in all its forms. And as the moon bore witness to their union, the spirit of Alicia smiled, knowing that true love would always find its way, unshackled and free. The swirling magic gradually settled, transforming the clearing into a mesmerizing kaleidoscope of colors reflecting love, acceptance, and unity. Abigail and Sophie stood hand in hand, hearts racing as they basked in the warmth of liberating energy that filled the air. "I can't believe we did it," Sophie whispered, her voice a mixture of awe and disbelief. "We're just getting started," Abigail replied, smiling brightly. She felt invigorated, the understanding that love could transcend tradition fueling her spirit. "Tonight is ours." As the witches resumed their festivities, a palpable shift occurred in the atmosphere. The tension that once crackled like static now transformed into vibrant laughter and joyous dancing. Even Evelyn, albeit hesitantly, began to soften her fierce facade, watching her fellow witches celebrate this unexpected turn of events. Nina rushed toward them, her excitement bubbling over. "You two were incredible. Did you see the look on Evelyn's face?" Laughter erupted among the small group. Abigail squeezed Sophie's hand tighter, fear and doubt melting away as they reveled in the support their love had ignited. "What's next for you two?" Nina mused, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "Do you have any plans?" "Plans?" Abigail grinned. "Only the best kind." She turned to Sophie, her heart racing with enthusiasm. "How about we explore the realm of Alicia further? I want to see its wonders, share them with you, and discover our own magic together." Sophie's face lit up with excitement. "Yes. I want to paint the realms of our engagement. Every wild, colorful dream we can create is what I live for." Their gazes locked, and a spark ignited between them, a silent promise built on trust and adventure. The spirit of Alicia, sensing their desire, floated closer, her ethereal form shimmering as she nodded approvingly. "True love has unlocked the door to the unknown," she proclaimed, her voice echoing through the hollow. "You both have the power to shape realms with your hearts. So, go, explore the magic of love, and create wonders." In that moment, Abigail realized that the possibilities stretched endlessly before them. "Let's imbue art into our adventures," she suggested. "Let's invite the magic within us to guide our journey." They quickly organized a group to explore Alicia, inviting not only Nina but also several other supportive witches who began to see the beauty in the idea of freedom through love. As they stepped through the radiant portal that the spirit opened for them, Abigail felt her heart soaring. Together with Sophie, Nina, and their newfound friends, they stepped into a world unlike anything they had ever seen. The landscape was magnificent, filled with bioluminescent flowers that glowed in shades of blue and violet, rivers of liquid light sparkling beneath the twin moons that hung high in the dusky sky. "It's breathtaking," Sophie exclaimed, her artist's eye capturing every delicate detail. She took out her sketchbook and began to draw, the pencil gliding effortlessly over the paper. The others busied themselves as well, gathering bits of shimmering essence and colors to craft talismans of their journey. Abigail felt a sense of belonging and purpose, inspired by the love that enveloped them. As they explored deeper into the heart of Alicia, they ventured to a glade of towering crystal trees. The glimmering leaves emitted soft chimes with every gentle breeze, creating an enchanting melody. There, Sophie paused, her eyes alight like stars. "Let's make a memory," she proposed, a mischievous grin blooming on her face. Abigail smiled back, sensing the playful energy in the air. "Let's harness the magic." Sophie grabbed Abigail's hand and led her to the center of the glade, where an enormous crystal bathed them in soft, radiant light. "A spell of love, to remember this moment forever," Sophie declared. They joined hands, their friends forming a circle around them, creating a protective energy. As they closed their eyes, a soft breeze swirled about them, carrying whispers of forgotten incantations. "We bind our hearts to this moment," Abigail spoke, feeling the pulse of love coursing through her. "May our joy light the way for those who feel lost." Sophie continued, "As we embrace love in all forms, let this bond remind us to be brave and true." The air shimmered, the crystal trees resonated, and in a heartbeat, a magical echo reverberated throughout the glade. A gentle warmth enveloped them, sealing the memory deep within their spirits. When they opened their eyes, a dazzling light hung in the air, revealing radiant symbols of their bond. "It's beautiful," Nina exclaimed, pointing at the glowing images swirling around them, capturing the essence of their declarations. Abigail looked at Sophie, joy and love overwhelming her senses. "This is just the beginning," she said softly. As the journey continued, they crafted enchanting art, forging ever-deepening bonds of friendship. With each exploration, they uncovered the layers of magic hidden within their hearts and the universe, sharing dreams and stories while embracing the beauty of love. And as they returned home, Abigail and Sophie knew that together they could reshape their world, inspire others, and rewrite the narrative of love that transcended tradition, ultimately proving that love was the most potent magic of all. Forever intertwined, they stepped into their new life, not just as lovers but as creators of a legacy bound by love, creating a world where affection knew no boundaries. As time passed, the bond between Abigail and Sophie only grew stronger. Their adventures in Alicia had ignited a passion within them, both for one another and for the magic that flourished in their hearts and in the world around them. The two women had set out to create art that celebrated love in all its forms, and they decided to host a grand exhibition in Glimmering Hollow, a testament to their journey and the magic of Alicia. The days leading up to the exhibition buzzed with excitement. Abigail brought together all the witches of their coven, transforming the hollow into a radiant venue filled with luminous decorations, enchanted floating lights, and vibrant flowers that hummed with energy. Sophie worked tirelessly on her pieces, each painting capturing the essence of their love, the adventures they shared, and the magic they discovered. One evening, while Sophie was in deep concentration, putting the final strokes on her canvas beneath the glow of bioluminescent flowers, Abigail approached her with a surprise. "I have something for you," Abigail whispered, her voice tender as she reached into her satchel. She pulled out a small, intricately carved wooden box, its surface adorned with swirling patterns that seemed to dance under the moonlight. Sophie's eyes widened with curiosity. "What is it?" "Open it," Abigail urged, a smile playing on her lips. Sophie carefully lifted the lid, revealing a delicate crystal pendant that glimmered with various hues. "Abigail, it's gorgeous," she gasped, lifting the pendant and allowing it to catch the light. "It's a charm," Abigail explained. "A symbol of our journey together. It carries the essence of our love, a reminder that no matter where we go, we'll always be connected." Tears welled in Sophie's eyes as she slipped the pendant around her neck, the crystal resting over her heart. "Thank you," she said, her voice thick with emotion. "I'll cherish it always." As the exhibition day arrived, the Glimmering Hollow was alive with energy, filled with witches dressed in their finest robes, waiting in anticipation. Abigail and Sophie stood hand in hand at the entrance, glowing with excitement and a sprinkle of nerves. "Are you ready?" Sophie asked, her voice steadying Abigail's racing heart. Abigail nodded, gazing around at the swirling colors of the hollow, the laughter of friends echoing the love they had cultivated. "Let's show everyone what love can create." They stepped forward, and as they crossed the threshold, the gathered witches erupted into applause. An air of joy wrapped around them like a warm embrace. "Welcome, everyone," Abigail called, her voice ringing out. Tonight, we celebrate love, art, and the journey of embracing who we truly are. Sophie took a step closer, her eyes glimmering with inspiration. Every piece you see tonight tells a story. A story of finding yourself through love, through friendship, and the beautiful magic that binds us all. As the attendees moved through the display, they marveled at Sophie's vibrant paintings that depicted their journeys together, the joyous moments, the struggles, and the whimsical landscapes of Alicia. Each canvas was alive with color, hinting at the light of their love that's shimmering even in the darkest moments. One piece in particular drew the crowd's attention, a radiant mural titled Elysian Hearts, depicting the two women surrounded by the bioluminescent flora of their favorite glade, basking in a halo of lavender light. "It's stunning," a voice cried out, and a round of agreement spoke as fellow witches and friends gathered closer, barely able to take their eyes off Sophie's work. As they moved from piece to piece, Abigail encouraged each visitor to share their thoughts and feelings, creating an open space for conversation about love, identity, and acceptance. The air was thick with admiration and validation, the energy palpable. Later in the evening, Evelyn approached Abigail and Sophie, her demeanor markedly softer than before. "I must admit," she began, a hint of pride blossoming on her face, "I didn't understand your whirlwind romance at first. But seeing the magic you've created here has changed my perspective." Sophie smiled up at her, compassion radiating from her. "Love has a way of revealing truths we often overlook." "Indeed," Evelyn nodded, her voice low. "I'm sorry for doubting you. You've shown us that love is not bound by tradition but enriched by it." She clasped her hands in front of her, a gesture of solidarity. "May we all embrace what you both have discovered." As the night continued, the gathering united in a dance celebrating the love and acceptance that permeated the air. Together, they swayed under the stars, laughter echoing within the crystal trees, weaving a tapestry of memories among the multiple generations of witches. By the end of the evening, Abigail and Sophie stood together, watching their friends dance. A soft smile crossed Abigail's face as she turned to Sophie. "Look what we've built together." "Together," Sophie echoed, intertwining their fingers. With a look of determination, she added, "And this is just the beginning. There's so much more magic to explore." "I want us to create a space for others too," Abigail said, her voice brimming with purpose. "A sanctuary where everyone can embrace love without fear." Sophie's eyes sparkled. "A haven for all types of love. I love it." As they planned their next steps under the nurturing light of the moon, they felt the weight of the world shifting around them, filled with newfound possibilities. Their love had sparked a revolution among their coven, igniting a passion for acceptance and understanding. The exhibition wasn't just a celebration of their love, it was a beacon of hope, a promise that love transcended boundaries and that they would continue to shine brightly together, spreading magic into the hearts of others. From that night on, they dedicated themselves to forging a new path for their community, where every witch could express their truth and live freely. With the spirit of Alicia as their guide and the warmth of their love kindling their adventure, Abigail and Sophie stepped boldly into their future, ready to embrace the magic waiting just beyond the horizon.